Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is my first makeup tutorial for 2018 and I am in love with the look. So I kind of did something like very dark and just dramatic for my first makeup look of 2018, but last year I did a bunch of just natural makeup and I'm still so into that, but I wanted to start off the first makeup tutorial just, you know, a little extra. So this is just like a very dark burgundy eye with a little bit of gold in the inner part of the eye. I don't know how to say this. And it's just a really nice eyeshadow look. I also added a pop of green under the lower lash line, or on the lower lash line, just so you know you get a little bit of that color in there. And I did use red lipstick, so if you are not comfortable with red lipstick, you can always change the color up to whatever you like. And also excuse my hair because you guys know that I just never do my hair. So let's just get started with the makeup look. Okay, so to start off this makeup look, I'm going to start with my face this time. And I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Tone Adjusting Face Primer. Like, never focuses. There you go. I'm going to be using this primer today. I feel like I put on way too much primer, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. Today is very gloomy, so I'm sorry if like the lighting's ugly or something, but I try to do as much as I can with no lights. I like to get my primer all the way down to my neck. For foundation today, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Focus Foundation. Photo Focus Foundation in the shade Cream Beige, which doesn't match me at all. Since this foundation like dries really quickly, I like to just start off with parts of my face. Lately, I've been using the same foundation as concealer, so I just kind of like get some and then put it like under my eyes practically. To set my under eyes, I've been using the Wet n Wild Contouring Palette in Dulce de Leche, and I've been using the light side to set under my eyes with this kind of like fluffy brush. I also put this on my chin and a little bit on my forehead just to like brighten things up. To set the rest of my face, I use my Real Techniques powder brush with a little bit of my CoverGirl translucent loose powder, and I just use a little tiny bit of this to set the whole face. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the eyes now, and I zoomed you guys in a little bit so you guys can like see what, you know, the jazz on these eyes. So to start off, I'm going to be using the Kylie Burgundy palette, and I am going to be using the shade Burgundy in the palette, and it's just like this nice like pinkish reddish kind of color. It's just a really nice, and it's like burgundy like the color, you know what I mean? I'm gonna start just packing this shade all over the lid, but don't go into the crease yet. So once you have that like shade packed on your lid, you're gonna be taking whatever's left on your brush, kind of like tap it off a little bit so you don't have too much product, and start blending it into your crease. And I do recommend to focus more on the outer corner of your eye and not really on the inner corner, because you don't want to like take that color way too far in the inner part of your eyes. And if you see that you're losing a little bit of pigment, you can always go back in and take a little bit of the color. Just make sure to tap off the excess. And a tip, if you don't know really how to like go in there without going way high, I usually use my brush like this. Is a kind of like a packer brush, and I use it to blend. I kind of make it this way, so like it goes like far, like I don't know how to explain it, but like just bigger. And then once I start going into the inner corner, I switch it down to like that, like the flat side, so it like blends just in the crease but not higher than that. It's easier if you guys just see. So now I'm gonna do, because we're gonna be working with a lot of very dark colors, I'm going to be going in with some translucent powder and kind of putting it on my eyes. Just get your like beauty blender and start stamping it like down on your eye. And it doesn't matter that you put a lot, because this is gonna help like keep your face clean. We're gonna look a little crazy, but it's worth it at the end. Okay, so now that we look like a hot mess, I'm gonna be taking this orangey kind of color. Why isn't it focusing? This color right here, just to blend in more of that red that we used. And I am taking this e.l.f. blending brush and just kind of like blend it where we left off with the red. And now I'm going to be going into the Tartelette palette and taking the color BFF with it. It's just like this like purpley reddish kind of color, and I'm going to be taking it with that same brush that we used, that we applied the red, and we are practically going to be darkening up the outer crease but also applying this all over the lid where we put the red. Okay, so this eye is like being really annoying and not wanting to blend right, but we're gonna keep going. Yeah, like if you guys can see, that looks better in real life. Okay, now we're gonna be going in with a more brighter orange, just to kind of like blend in the outer part of the eye a little bit. And I am switching off to this other brush. It's honestly, I don't know what, but I'm just using it. This is not really a blending brush, it's just, I'm broke, so I gotta work with what I have. And this color is just gonna help you blend your things more. With the same brush that we used to apply that lighter orange, we're going to be taking that color again and just don't pick up a lot of product, just a little bit, just to clean up that crease and make it seamless. You really don't want to use a lot of product in this step because you just really want to go in and blend. You don't want to mess up what you already have. So now I'm going to go in with the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous concealer and this like flat brush, just flat brush, and we're going to be cutting the crease just like in the inner corner. kind of like that. You don't really want to go in all the way over here. The color that we're going to be using for that like little corner right there, that cut crease, is this goldish shade right here. We're going to be using that and applying it all over that lid. Not all over, but where you applied the concealer. And because you applied the concealer there, that color is just gonna pop way more. That's why I didn't set it, because if you don't set the concealer, the color is just more intense. Just make sure to blend those two colors there. You see how they're a little like, you can tell where they're at. Just make sure to take your time and blend the colors. If you want, you can always go back in with this color right here and like blend it again. Now you can take off all this bakage stuff that was on your face. So I'm just going to be using this e.l.f. brush and just kind of like dust it away, and you have like that kind of crisp line right there because the powder helped. This one's kind of not as crisp, but we can always fix it. For the lash line, I'm going to be mixing in, I don't know if you guys can see, this dark green right here and black together so I can apply it under my eyes. And I'm going to be using this very, very small, why is it focusing? This very small, like, just little tiny brush just to get right in there under the eye. So now I'm going to be taking this color right here, which is just like this like metallic-y green kind of color, with this weird brush that I hardly ever use, but I'm going to use this to kind of blend that lower lash line in. So to highlight the inner corners, I'm going to be taking this yellowish kind of shimmery kind of color. If you guys are wondering what palette I said, I don't know if I said this already, this is the BH Cosmetics 120 color palette, and this is the second edition, if you guys are wondering. I'm sorry I didn't say that before, but I am going to be taking this shade right here, and applying that on the inner corners just to like brighten up the eyes a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to be going and doing my eyelashes, so I'll be right back. Okay, so while I let my mascara dry, I'm going to zoom you guys out. To continue with the face, I'm going to be taking the same contouring palette and Dulce de Leche with this Wet n Wild angled brush, and I'm going to be contouring my face with this. I'm also going to be using this powder, or this contouring palette, to contour my nose, and I also use the same brush. It's kind of like a quick contour for me. I am going to be cleaning up that contour, so I'm going to be taking this powder again with my wet sponge again and just clean up my contour. For blush, I'm going to be taking my Jelly Pong Pong Cosmetics Caribbean Sun Bronzer Duo in the shade Aruba, and I'm going to be taking the blush side on this little duo thingy and use that as my blush with this angled brush that I have no idea where it's from. For highlight, I'm going to be taking my Dirty Little Secret Baked Blush in the shade Bellissima with this e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush, which I actually really like to put on my highlight. I also take a little bit of that and put it on my chin and on my nose and cupid's bow and forehead. And for the forehead, I take just a tiny bit and just apply it very lightly on my forehead. I'm also going to be taking the Kylie highlighters just to intensify that highlight a little bit more. I'm going to be taking the same brush, so I'm just going to be dipping into it a little bit and just intensifying that highlight. So it's kind of like that highlight. The glow is there, you know what I mean? For my brow bone highlight, I use the shade Naked from the Kylie Burgundy palette, and this is the only shade I love for that highlight on there. It's the perfect, just like not shimmer, but just nice reflective color. For the lips, I'm going to be using this ColourPop lipstick in the shade Trust Me, and it's just this red color. Okay, so I just spent like 5 minutes trying to come up with nice B-roll, if you know what I mean. That's the end of this makeup look for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. If you guys like these makeup tutorials or just my videos overall, I would really appreciate if you guys would like this video. I would also appreciate you guys subscribing to my channel and leaving comments down below, just letting me know what you guys want to see or how you guys like this video, or you leaving comments like you know, telling me if I did something wrong or if I can do something or stuff that like I can improve in my makeup if you guys do stuff differently. But that is it for today, and I will see you guys in my next video, hopefully next week. Bye!